a starting package of 20 plus lakh, and a badge of HPCL officer. Sounds like a dream, right? But from the brutal selection process to the final interview, the gap between the dream and reality is huge. Hi, I am Adarsh, and today on this channel Pagal Dada, we will be breaking down the entire journey of my friend who is from NIT Rourkela and has cracked the code of HPCL. So let's dive into the interview experience. So Nithin, can we start with your brief intro?
Okay, Adarsh, thank you. Myself, Nithin. I'm a final year chemical engineering undergraduate student at NIT Rourkela. I come from Warangal, Telangana. I have completed my schooling there in my village. Then after, I have completed my 11th and 12th in Sri Chaitanya. There I met Adarsh, and then after I came to NIT Rourkela, and in on-campus placements, I have placed in HPCL, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, one of the leading PSUs of India. And it is excited to share that it was my first interview. So I given my first interview to HPCL only, and in first interview I have selected uh, to my dream job.
So Nitin, congratulations for getting your dream job in the first attempt itself. So Nitin, now we'll go throughout the process, like how exactly it went from completely bringing up on the form to the onboarding to the HPCL. So what was the eligibility criteria for the company?
Okay, the criteria was uh, for general category students, the CGPA cutoff is 6.5, and for SC/ST category students, the CGPA cutoff was 5.5, and for PWD also the cutoff was 5.5. So this is the cutoff they have kept during our form filling process.
What were the branches for which HPCL has opened?
In our campus in NIT Rourkela, HPCL opened for our branch chemical engineering, and another one more branch is electronics and instrumentation branch. So these two for these
Okay.
two branches, HPCL opened.
What was the role for the company?
The role was executive officer, that is E02. Executive officer was the role.
So now we'll brief throughout the process, like how exactly was it? Like initial round was OT, GD, PI, so the complete build-up.
Okay, the recruitment process was started by first they released a form, and then many of the students from electronics and instrumentation branch and from chemical branch are filled. Then after they have shortlisted. They have shortlisted based on CG. Actually, the cutoff was 6.5 only, but they have most of the students are above 7. Not most of the students. Every students who have shortlisted are having CG above 7 only. So they shortlisted students above 7 CG. Then after uh, document verification was there, around 50 overall 50 students were shortlisted from both branches. Like maximum like 35 students from EI branch, and from 15 around 15 students from our branch chemical branch. So first was document verification. They asked us to submit some of the documents, and some pre-employment they asked us to fill it, and we have taken the printouts of the everything, and our 10th class and intermediate, all those certificates. They checked, and they also cross-checked our CG from our campus site, and our grade card we have submitted there. Then after document verification, the next day of the document verification in morning session, we have done with our group task. In group task, around 10 members in a group, like this, like 10, 5, 6 groups are divided. So the group task was done, and after group task, the shortlisted candidates are given their PI and following the results. These processes are happened in our recruitment process.
Okay, so like how exactly was the group task?
Okay, a group task. Actually, in campus recruitment, there are two types of screening criteria. They'll keep that are a group task and GD that we will aware. A
Hmm.
group task and group discussion are okay. They are same, but they differ at one point. That is in group discussion that we need to share our thoughts. If you if you not agree with someone, so you can oppose them. You can disagree with them and you can
Hmm.
raise your points like I'm disagree on you like this. But in group task, it was different. See, group task means they'll give one question there was a there will be a problem. There will be a questionnaire. So all the group members need to give the solutions for it like that. In our case, like example, in our group task, the questionnaire was there was a village in a terrain area, like there is no good enough transportation facilities are there. So a private company need to establish their power plant there, like they need to provide the electricity there.
Hmm.
In like so they taken the help of government. So, what type of problems they could face, and how easily, how can the company can provide the electricity to that village? Like these types of solutions, we need to give that. This is generally a group task, but in group discussion, it is different. Like there will be in some trending topic. So on trending topic, we need to share our thoughts, like
Hmm.
our intentions regarding that topic. So our group task was I just now told my our group task. So we have given answers taking the help of the villagers and giving employment to them, and so they could know since there was no transportation, so the heavy machineries cannot move there. So uh, if you take the like we, I have said I have given the solution like this. Like if you consult the people who are in that lives in village, so they could know the better route. So they will help us in the like this. Our group task was done. So some different topics for the different groups are given.
So next, if we come to PI, like how many panel members were there in PI, and what were the focus area of questions?
Since it is a PSU, like it's a government government sector, so the panel members are nearly eight panel members are there.
Hmm.
Around eight panel members are there. Mine was the last interview in our chemical engineering students. In around 15, 16, 14, 15 students. Mine was the last interview. In a total seven, eight panel members are there. And coming to my PA, like my personal my interview experience. First, first I get in. Then I asked to sit. Then I sat there. So they are having my CV and that pre-employment form that I filled after the shortlist. So everything they are all having them. So they started. They asked me to give an intro. So I have given intro. I have like my introduction included like my personal information like from where I come and I have completed my schooling. Then after my internships and my projects and my short-term and long-term goals. And uh, with this, the activities which my interests apart from academics. This is my this is how my intro was gone. So after introduction, they asked me about my internships. My internships, I have done my internships at IOCL Guwahati and Vizag Steel Plant RINL. So first, they started asking questions about my IOCL Guwahati internship. So they asked about like delayed coker unit and hydrogen generation unit, and and they have asked deep questions in my internship, and what are the PFDs and what are the like P and ID diagrams and what you observed there. So as I told, and some technical questions like how chemical engineering applied there, how chemical engineering you have applied there, like in like mass transfer, like distillation topics and some heat exchanger topics. They asked this. Uh, like this, this is about all my like IOCL Guwahati internship. Then after RINL internship, like Vizag Steel Plant, it is of the project name was effectiveness of heat exchangers. So they asked me about what are the type of heat exchangers and what type of heat exchangers that you have worked on, and what is the difference between effectiveness and efficiency. and these are some questions they asked, and some tricky questions they asked like that. They said that, suppose you become an engineer. Now, let us assume that you become an engineer. So you are in your desktop, you are in your panel. So in 5 minutes, your unit is going to explode. So it is exploding in 5 minutes.
Mm.
So what do you do there? They're like these type of tricky questions they asked us. So
Okay.
I said that, yeah, I said them like, sir, there is one option like manual tripping. So by manual tripping, like we say that like जितना भी explode हो गया उसको it will not move forward. जितना भी हो गया उतना ही रहेगा वो. It will not move forward. So there was they were shocked that how did you know this all this. So I told that, so during my internship my guide explained this all. So that's so my internship helped me a lot there. My internship helped, and all these some deep questions are asked that I could not recall exactly all questions they asked. Then after these are about my internship and projects. And in technical questions, they asked me about fluid pumps, like type of pumps, and eddy formation, and compressors, type of compressors. And in heat exchanger also, they asked me about some basic definitions like what is conduction, convection, radiation. All these questions they asked. And these are some questions I remembered.
There were many technical as well as behavioral questions were asked, basically. Like, what were the resources that you used?
Said I had decided I need to start my professional career in core branch only, like in core sector only from chemical engineering. So I need to have a good enough knowledge, like good enough core knowledge, to get into these chemical core companies. So the best option is that you should prepare for GATE. So GATE, in parallel the subjects you are also having in your semester, if you are going from BTech. So you can write your semester exams, and you can get a good enough knowledge in our chemical engineering core. So I have started preparing GATE since end of the second year, like in end of the second year only. So that helped me a lot. I have completed mass transfer, heat transfer, and process dynamics, and all these subjects, like fluid mechanics, thermodynamics, I have completed. So these subjects are helped me a lot in my interview. So resource is that I have taken a subscription from an academy, and from online I have studied from online courses also. So these are the resources. So it's better to prepare for GATE if you want to go from any discipline. If you want to go to core, it's better to start the GATE preparation as early as much you can.
So Nithin, if there is one tip that you want to give to your juniors or the viewers, what it could be?
There is one one tip. So that is to believe in yourself. You believe in yourself, you'll get placed in on campus. If you are if you are from a good tier 1 college, you'll be placed definitely. But on campus placement is a game of time. But it's a game of time. Time comes, so everyone will be placed definitely. But it should be wait for a correct time. That it doesn't mean that you need to wait for that moment. You have to be very much prepared at that moment. There will be that you need to perform good in your interviews. So you need to prepare earlier. So yeah, so just prepare as much early you can, so you can you can perform good in your interviews, and maintain for core branch for non-curricular disciplines. If you want to go to a core as well, like with your CG and with your technical skills, you need to have a good internships and good projects in your CV.
So that's it, Nitin. Thank you so much for your time. I wish that our viewers and juniors will get some knowledge about it and they will also land their dream job very soon. Thank you. So guys, that's the wrap of Nithin's interview experience at HPCL. If there was any point at which you didn't got to understand or still you are doubting, then do let us know in the comment section. Also comment about the college and the company that you want in the next video. Thanks for watching and do check the channel for more such videos.